Hello there, grade 7 learners, and welcome to another fun and exciting adventure together. Welcome to our English class. This is Mutya, and I definitely gotcha! For today's episode, we'll explore the forms, differences, and relationships among phrases, clauses, and sentences. We will also highlight the different ways of writing and forming phrases, clauses, and sentences. At the end of our 2-day session, you are expected to define and differentiate a phrase, a clause, and a sentence. Differentiate the two types of clauses, and write meaningful sentences. On your paper, write CS if the sentence is complete and write IS if the sentence is incomplete. Number 1. Because it is already damaged. The answer is IS. Number 2. They had a wonderful time during their vacation in Baguio City. You're right, it's a CS. Number 3. Into the woods. Correct, IS. Number 4. She speaks fluently. The answer is CS. Number 5. The beautiful and wide room of my dearest cousin. Right, it is IS. Number 6. Many Filipinos love watching Korean dramas. Correct, it is CS. Number 7. I have lived in Quezon City for 10 years. And the answer is CS. Number 8. To my great surprise. You're right again, it's IS. Number 9. Many students are fond of using gadgets. Correct, it's CS. And for the last item, number 10, I adore you. And you are right again, it's CS. What observations have you made between complete and incomplete sentences? Can you further distinguish the two? If your answer is not yet, then bring out your self-learning module, pen and paper, and together, let's attain our goals for this day. Phrase, clause, and sentence. Letter A, phrase. A phrase is a group of words that stands together as a single grammatical unit, typically as part of a clause or a sentence. It cannot stand alone as it does not contain a subject and a verb. It does not give a complete idea. It usually consists of an article, preposition, or noun. A phrase acts as a noun, an adjective, or an adverb in a sentence. So it can also be defined as a group of related words that acts as a single part of speech in a sentence, and it either lacks a subject or a verb. Examples: on the table. In this sample, there is no subject, no verb. Finished the task. Again, this sample has no subject. Daniel and his friends. This one has no verb. Letter B, clause. A clause is a group of words having both a subject and a verb. It can sometimes act as a sentence, but it is not always the case. To two types of clauses. An independent clause is one that can stand alone as a sentence. It does not require additional information for you to understand it. It has a subject, a verb, and a complete thought. Examples: the independent clauses are in bold letters. I love my country, so I will make sure to protect its sovereignty. When we pay our taxes diligently, it shows that we love our country. Meanwhile, a dependent clause is one that cannot stand alone as a sentence. It is called a dependent clause because it needs to be attached to an independent clause. It is the supporting part of a sentence. Dependent clauses begin with subordinating conjunctions such as before, if, when, after, so, hence, therefore, since, because, so that, and others. The bold-faced clauses have a subject and a verb, but the idea or thought is incomplete. Examples: after I did my best to study, I received high marks. Because I woke up early, I was able to pass my projects on time. Before you leave the classroom, make sure to turn off all the lights. Letter C. Sentence. A sentence is a set of words that contains a subject, what the subject is about or the topic of the sentence, and a predicate or what is said about the subject. As such, a sentence contains a subject and a predicate. It expresses a complete thought and begins with a capital letter and ends with a full stop, a period, a question mark, or an exclamation point. Examples: everyone needs food. Everyone is a subject. Needs food is a complete predicate. Are you okay? A question expresses a complete thought. Look out! An order or command also expresses a complete thought. Here are other samples of sentences. I like you. I study hard. When the teacher makes the subject fun, we learn a lot. As a Boy Scout, you should know how to pitch your tent. She got lost because she failed to read the directions. I was very tired, so I decided to stay at home. Can you still remember the 4 kinds of sentences, class? Great! Let's have a short recap of what you've learned from your previous grade level. They are the declarative sentence or a sentence expressing a statement or opinion or a simple declaration. Example: she is a good teacher. The imperative sentence is a sentence that gives a command or request. Example: please all rise. The interrogative sentence is a sentence that is asking a question. Example: what's your favorite TV episode? And the exclamatory sentence, or a sentence that expresses great emotions like happiness, anger, and others. Example: I am excited to see you. Now let's see if you can distinguish a phrase, a clause, and a sentence by answering this task. Read each group of words. Identify each group as to phrase, clause, or sentence. On your paper, classify them by completing this table. An empty room. I am sick. Horror movies lately. While you were sleeping. I found my coin purse under my bed. If I were a boy. Above the clouds. Although she graduated. But she fixed it. Where are you going? And here are the answers. The following are phrases. An empty room. Horror movies lately. Above the clouds. The following are the clauses. While you were sleeping. If I were a boy. Although she graduated, but she fixed it. And the following are sentences. I am sick. I found my coin purse under my bed. And where are you going? Did you get the correct answers, class? If yes, then congratulations. I am sure you are ready to take on the next task, So here we go. On your paper, copy the sentences. Then box the independent clause and underline each dependent clause. Number 1. I will visit my grandmother when I have a vacation. The independent clause is, I will visit my grandmother. The dependent clause is, when I have a vacation. Number 2. When I finish senior high school, I will find a job. The independent clause is, I will find a job. The dependent clause is, when I finish senior high school. Number 3. When I received the result, I fainted. The independent clause is, I fainted. The dependent clause is, when I received the result. Number 4. I will ask for your help if the problem continues. The independent clause is, I will ask for your help. The dependent clause is, if the problem continues. Number 5. She studies hard so that she will have an award. The independent clause is, she studies hard. The dependent clause is, so that she will have an award. Number 6. I went home after I cleaned our classroom. The independent clause is, I went home. The dependent clause is, after I cleaned our classroom. Number 7. My dog follows me wherever I go. The independent clause is, my dog follows me. The dependent clause is, wherever I go. Number 8. Before mother gets angry, you should clean your bedroom. The independent clause is, you should clean your bedroom. The dependent clause is, before mother gets angry. Number 9. We didn't go to his birthday party because it was raining hard. The independent clause is, we didn't go to his birthday party. The dependent clause is, because it was raining hard. Number 10. I went to the mall, but I didn't buy anything. The independent clause is, I went to the mall. The dependent clause is, but I didn't buy anything. Perfect! Now remember that we need each other to be complete, especially during these times. Let's work hand in hand and survive this pandemic. So for your next task, I want you to match column A with the most appropriate word group in column B. Write the letters of your answers on your paper. And here are the answers. The wedding ceremony started early. You're right, letter E. My best friend agreed to keep my secret. Correct, letter A. Dancing in the shower is my greatest talent. Correct, letter D. I cry whenever I watch pitiful scenes. Correct, letter C. After thinking about it, I'd like to join your group. And here is the next set. I was so thin when I was a kid. You're correct, letter H. I will call you when I get home. Right, letter F. Do you want my notes? Correct, letter G. My little brother hides under his bed every morning. Correct, letter J. He dreams of becoming a successful nurse. Correct, letter I. Job well done, class! All right, this time I want you to create your own ideas by filling in the blanks with groups of words to form meaningful sentences. Write your answers on your paper. Remember that answers may vary here at class, but I will give you possible answers. Blank who taught me about helpfulness. When you help someone, blank. Blank, I am happy. Helping others, blank. Blank in helping those who are in need. Teamwork is very important. Blank. When we work together, blank. In every group activity, blank. Blank, when we unite as one. If there is teamwork, blank. And here is a possible answer. It was my mom who taught me about helpfulness. When you help someone, you feel a sense of completeness. Whenever he's around, I am happy. Helping others is a great way of showing our love. I always do my best in helping those who are in need. Teamwork is very important because it can help the team succeed. When we work together, we will achieve our goals. In every group activity, cooperation is required. It feels so good when we unite as one. If there is teamwork, there is success. Fantastic work, class! Now we are all complete and ready to go. Alright, I hope you learned a lot today. In the next episode, we'll further explore the forms, differences, and relationship among phrases, clauses, and sentences by answering more exercises. All that and more only here on DepEd TV. This has been Mutya, and I definitely gotcha! See you again in our next English class. Bye! Stay safe and have faith. Miss the previous episodes of my subject? You don't have to worry because I definitely gotcha! Just like and subscribe to DepEd TV's official YouTube channel.